Hey y'all, this is Mark Johnson. Welcome to another video, MJ Guitars. What we're going to be doing here is I've got a neck blank that I've cut out on the bandsaw. It's rough cut, and so we're going to be screwing the template onto this, and then we're going to be shaping it to the template, which makes it the exact right shape so that it'll fit into all of our other templates. But the template that we're going to be using, again, it's aluminum, and so we machine that here. We have a small machine shop, and the reason that we're using aluminum is because if we were to use something like plastic or maybe wood, after time of the just banging this thing around against bearings and against pins and stuff like that, it would start to deform the shape of it. And so if you have anything that you is going to have a really long lifespan, it's really worth it to go upgrade the material. Something a little bit harder so that it'll last a long time. Now, we've made over 500 of these, and template is still working great. And I imagine we could probably do 5,000 and it would still work good. So here we have the template. We have 2 holes in it where we're going to attach it to the workpiece with screws. And we've located areas on this neck here that will either be removed later on or will be covered with the fingerboard, or maybe it'll be hidden in the neck cavity, whatever, so that there will be no there'll be no evidence that, you know, a template was ever attached to it. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and we're going to be using 3 machines today. Here I've got a router, inverted router here with a 1/2-inch bit, and it's got a bearing on it. The bearing will ride against the template. Bring you over here. We're going to be using the pin router here. I've got a 3/16 bit in it with a 1/4-inch pin, which is going to, maybe you noticed the template had a slot in it, and that slot is for the truss rod. And so we'll be routing for truss rod, and then we're going to come over here, and you notice we've got kind of a unique headstock shape, and so it has this 15-degree bevel on it. And so we have a bit in another inverted router here that's going to give us that 15-degree cut there. All right, I just wanted to talk to you about the truss rod for just a second, show you what kind of truss rod that we use in our necks here. This is a double expanding truss rod. What that means is that you can take out any bow in the neck. You know, if it's front to back, you know, side to side warpage, it won't do anything to alleviate that. But this truss rod will take out a back bow, it takes out a forward bow. They are a little spendy, but in my opinion, it's probably one of the best truss rod systems that we have now. So far, only the best for you guys, okay? So here's, let's see, I've got a screw gun. What the heck did I do with the screws? Well, okay. So I got a couple of screws. I'm going to attach that, and then we'll flush cut it. All right.
The only key that we have there.
Okay, ready? flush cut. Let's move over to the pin router now, and we'll route for our truss rod. Come on. So now, okay, so now we have our truss rod in there. We have it flush cut. We're going to have to now do that bevel on it, but in order to do that bevel, we're going to have to reset up the template. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, hey, we're back. I've got the template on the other side of the neck. We're going to be fastening it with 3 screws. On the other side we had 2 screws, but for this side here we're going to use 3. Don't ask me why. I think it was because we had them. No, there really is a reason. It's just too complicated to explain. Okay, so we got the got those guys. Template is attached to our workpiece. But now we're going to go over to the other inverted router with the 15-degree bit on it. All right, come on, get over here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So. And we'll just be, we're just going to do this around the headstock there. And that's all we're going to do. Later on, we will do another operation, but it's going to take a little time to get set up and everything, all right? Okay, let's do this. We got customers waiting for guitars here. See that there? We've got the bevel on there. Now our next step is we're going to do a little route right here for that little bracket that holds what we call our tuning fork headstock. It kind of holds those two together, really stabilizes it really well. And so we're going to do another little setup to do that. And so I'll be back a little later. All right? Okay, I'm back here. What we're going to be doing is routing for the headstock bracket, and you'll see on the template here that's been kind of machined away there, And so I've got my 1/2-inch bit and a 1/2-inch pin in here. I've already got my depth set. And this is one of the brackets that we use, and we make those brackets here. And so it goes on the headstock there, you know, and it'll eventually kind of hold those two halves of the tuning fork style headstock together. All right. Okay, and so now we've got that routed out for that. All right. Makes it look a little bit easy here, but I want to assure you that throughout this whole operation, there has been no editing. In fact, the only editing I'll probably do is just combining 3 of these videos together to make one. But in the making of this video, I want to assure you that at no time did my hands ever leave my arms. All right. Hey, thank you so much. So the next step in this neck building process is to drill the tuner holes. And to do that, I have these 2 special fixtures that I've made out of aluminum and wood. And in the aluminum, I pressed in some hardened bushings that are drill bushings that are the right size. And then the neck is just going to fit right in there and be held down in place with this Destaco clamp. And again, there's only one place for this neck to go here, so there's no measuring. It just, you fit it right in there and it's ready to drill. So let's do that here. Put the neck in there, clamp it in place, and it's ready to drill. And so there's 1/2 of the tuner holes that are drilled. I want to also just point out here that the drill bit that I'm using, I hope you can see that there's a stop that's on it, so it automatically is the same depth. Again, trying to make this bulletproof here, the manufacturing of this, so that anybody can come in and do it, or you know, it's just, like I said before, it's just plug and play. You just put the piece in there and it's ready to go, ready to do the operation. So now I've got to drill the other side. And so I have another fixture that's same as the other one. The only thing is it flips. So we turn the neck around, put it in the fixture there, clamp it down, and we're ready to drill the other side of the headstock. So let's do that. There we go. We've got both sides drilled now. And so the next step here is to cut out the and create the fork effect. And so join me when I do that, all right? Okay, so we've got it cut out there. So this is the piece that I cut out, and now we're ready to do the bevel. But before we do that, I just wanted to point out here that the reason we drilled the tuner holes first is because if we had this cut out, we had the bevel on it, as we drill through, it can blow out on the inside. So we found that it's easier just to drill it, cut it out later. And so then what we end up with, you see, we've drilled a little bit deeper than we needed to, and then we cut it out and we got just really clean holes left. Okay, I also wanted to point out that I don't know how to do videos, and so I'm gonna have to piece all this together. I've got such a mess there, and so for your benefit, I'm gonna have to edit this and kind of put it all together. You'll appreciate it, I think, more than if I just leave it the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to shape it. So let me get that set up, and then I'll bring you over and we can do that together, all right? All right, we're over here at the inverted router again, and we still have the 15-degree bit in, and the depth is already set from when we did the outside bevel. We've got the template attached to the neck, and so now we're going to do the inside bevel. But I just want to let you know that because of this distance right in here is narrower than the width of this bearing here, so we won't be able to do the entire inside, but we'll get most of it, and then we'll take it off to another machine to finish it up. Okay, so let's do that inside bevel now. So we've got the inside bevel, but you can see the tips there where we didn't get that, so we'll do it on another machine. So let me get that set up, and I'll show you how I do that. Here we are at this little sander grinder. It's a little 1-inch by 42-inch, I think it is, and I've got the table adjusted to 15-degree angle. And so what we'll do is we'll just put that in there and sand the rest of that. Pretty simple, no-brainer operation. So there we are. We got one side done. I'll do the other side a little bit later. Won't make you sit through and watch that. But that's it. Hi, Mark Johnson here with welcome to MJ Guitars. What I wanted to do today is to show you how I route for position markers. And what I have here is a template that I make we have our own machine shop, and so we can we machine, make all of our tooling, our templates, all of those type of things. And when we make something, if it's going to be kind of a short run, we might use wood, but anything that we're going to be using over and over and it has a really long lifespan, we'll use aluminum. And 6061 aluminum seems to work the best. It's easy to machine. And so that's what I have here is some 6061 aluminum. Let me get you over here so you can see this. And this is the template that we will use to route for the position markers on a neck. And so on the back of it here, you'll see we have these little areas here that are machined in right in here, and the pin follows that, and the bit does the routing. And so here's one of our necks, mirage neck. The neck has already been radiused, and so it's ready to have position markers in it. Now, I don't like to measure these things all the time here. I got other things to do, and so these templates are designed for plug and play. We have little adjustments, like there's an adjustment right here that will move this thing in and out this way. We have an adjustment up here at the front, which will align it this way. And so once we get it set, we lock it down because our necks are exactly the same every single time. And so we know we put that thing in there and, you know, it's going to index properly and everything's going to line up. And so that's what happens. You just put that thing in there, slide it forward. It hits the indexing here, the 2 spots right there. Make sure it's in there. Clamp these things down, and we're ready to route. Now, one thing I do with these templates is I always like this is a 25.5-inch scale, so I'll mark that on the template. And I also like to have other information on there, like what size pin am I going to use on the pin router, or what size bit, how deep is it going to be, things like that. Because you do these things over, you got so many numbers going through your head, you know, sometimes it's really easy to forget. So I just write that stuff down there on the template, and that way, you know, somebody else can come in and they can do it. It's all, you know, all the numbers are there. They just put the right bit, the right pin, and everything, and it's ready to go. Now, this thing is already set up. I've got the depth set for my position markers. And so let's do that. Let's route for position markers. And that's it. It's ready to install the position markers in there. And so this process kind of really speeds up the manufacturing. So with a neck, you know, I can make it, I don't know, in about 4 hours it takes to make a neck. That's like start to finish there. That's planing the wood, doing all the, anything you got to do to make it a neck ready to glue into the body. About 4 hours. All right, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Stop.